And then Thursday will be the actual lobby day. I'm planning on going. This is probably my third year. So.
Wow. Yeah, I think I'm going to be in D.C., but I'm not sure if it's at that exact time. But I think it may be. It may coincide with that. I'm not sure, but I believe I'm going to be down that way. Way too much going on, and I cannot. I'm terrible with dates. I need to really write some stuff down because we've got a lot of stuff coming up.
We do.
True Colors is coming up. And,
yep. At the end of next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So right around the corner.
Yeah. This weekend's the 8th and 9th. Yeah, next weekend.
Yes. Yeah.
So the first thing is we'll be at Quinebaug Valley Community College on the 11th, next Thursday night.
Wow. Already.
Wednesday night.
Okay.
Next Wednesday night.
Yeah. That's right. We're going to do a panel discussion.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday is True Colors at the University of Connecticut. Storrs campus.
Yeah, It's busy when you're active. You get active and you do a lot of work.
Oh yeah, you're all over the place.
Yeah. I come from central Connecticut, so I drove down here. It took me an hour drive to get down here.
Thank you for doing that.
down a lonely Route 9.
That is lonely. But there are cops on that road, so watch out.
Yes.
How do I know that?
Well, you should be sure you have your license plate firmly affixed to your car when driving Route 9.
Yes, you should. But he was cute.
I can't think of better ways to meet men.
Yeah.
I will make a plug if you're not familiar with the Matthew Shepard story. There was a movie made called The Laramie Project that covers that. It was Matthew Shepard was a young college-bound gay male who the stories vary, but ended up in a pickup truck being driven out to the outskirts of town because he was gay. He was tied to a fence post, pistol whipped, and left for dead.
Yeah.
And did eventually die of exposure.
Yeah. It was a horrible thing. Horrible thing.
And this was only in the early 80s.
Yeah.
Mid-80s.
It's like, why? For the life of me, I can't understand why the crime of being gay should be punishable by death. It's like, why? And I'm kidding when I say the crime of being gay.
Yeah, I know, but
it's just, in this day and age. But we know, this is what happens. It's,
you always have to be on your guard. And for us, it's even harder because we were never socialized growing up as women.
Right.
And so we might not recognize a situation that we're getting into.
Yeah.
I've read that about a lot of trans folks. A lot of male to female transsexuals don't have the situational awareness.
Yes.
Right.
That a lot of people who are socialized as women do.
That's absolutely true. You're absolutely right about that, and that's something that we have to learn, and that's something that I have been doing, I think, a fairly good job of learning. But that is something that I became very aware of in the early days of my transition. It's like I still had that fearlessness, and it's like, and I had to train myself. That's exactly what I had to do. I had to train myself to be more situational aware and to be careful about what I was doing. I mean, I walk in a dark parking lot at night. It's like now I know exactly where everything is and where I'm going and who might be who might be out there, who might be in that parking lot. And it's something that I've had to learn. And I still, sometimes fall into that sort of fearlessness.
Sure.
And I have to catch myself. But in fact, I was not. I don't want to go off on too much of a tangent here, but
the casino parking
I was
garage.
very nearly mugged in the casino parking garage.
Yeah.
I won't say which casino.
Well, they were very good about it.
The casino people were really good to me. They were really nice, and they took very good care of me.
But this guy targeted you and your grandson.
Yeah, but it was interesting because I was at this point. This was not that long ago, and I really had developed some of those sort of senses, and I knew when I pulled into that park, I saw this guy, he was the only other person in this parking garage, just in the middle of the day. I saw this guy when I pulled in and parked, and I took note of where he was and where he was going, and he appeared to be leaving. And, okay, not a big deal. But once I parked the car and got out and had my grandson with me and we started walking, I very quickly became aware that this person had turned around and was heading back in my direction. But I was aware of that. And I was aware of where he was at all times. And he was, in fact, I'm quite certain, going to try to snatch my purse and head for the stairwell. And I managed to get myself into a favorable position where he could not get to my grandson without going over me. And I basically I stellated my fist with keys and challenged him, and I backed him down. Which I probably wouldn't have done, except that I had my grandson with me, and I was not going to let this guy get anywhere near my grandson. And so, don't mess with a mother bear, I was going to hurt this guy. But had I not had my grandson, I probably, maybe I wouldn't have been quite as much on my guard. But I was very much aware of that, and this guy was going to attempt to mug me.
Yeah.
There's no doubt in my mind about that. And the people at the casino were really good. And they took care of me, and they sent a very nice security person with me back to the car to make sure we got in the car and make sure we got out of the parking lot and everything. Okay, they were really nice. So. But it's one of those things that I've absolutely had to learn. Had that happened to me, that was recent, but had that happened to me when I first started my transition, I probably would not have noticed.
Yeah.
It would have just been another person in the parking garage, and I probably would not have paid any attention.
There are differences in the way boys and girls get raised, and people don't always recognize it.
Yeah.
A lot of times it's done subconsciously.
Yeah. But we have to learn a lot of things. That's right. And so we do have the potential to get ourselves into situations that we shouldn't be in. And unfortunately, sometimes it gets some of us killed.
Right. Yeah.
But anyway, it's amazing. It's just one of those things that there's a lot of it's. I'm going off on a huge tangent. But yeah, the whole transitioning has been a hugely educational thing. There are all sorts of things that we learn that were sort of unexpected.
Well, and I think there's a lot of things that guys dismiss, that guys, and it probably goes both ways, but that, guys, women are making a big deal out of it.
They're not.
And then you start experiencing it yourself, and you go, oh God, guys are wimps.
Yeah.
It makes life interesting.
It does. It certainly does, yeah. But that's a good point, and that's a note to all you guys out there. Pay attention because women are not always just whining. Some of this stuff is real. So
Not always, just whining.
not always just whining. Yeah, that's right. But anyway, so we have to we have to be careful. We have to learn to do that, and especially for us. Particularly because there are a lot of people out there that want to hurt us.
Yes. Yep.
Although I'm hoping that we will eventually get to a